and today I'll be reading The Adventures of Captain Underpants. Chapter 1, George and Harold. Meet George Beard and Harold Hutchins. George is the kid on the left with the tie and the flat top. Harold is the one on the right with the t-shirt and the bad haircut. Remember that now. George and Harold were best friends. They have a lot in common. They lived right next door to each other, and they were both in the same fourth grade class in Jerome Horace Elementary School. George and Harold were unusually responsible kids. Whenever anything bad happened, George and Harold were usually responsible. But don't get the wrong idea about these two. George and Harold were actually very nice boys. No matter what anybody else thought, they were good, sweet, and livable. Well, okay, maybe not. They weren't sweet, and livable, but they were good nonetheless. It's just that George and Harold each had a silly streak, a mile long. Usually, that silly streak was hard to control. Sometimes it got them into trouble, and once it got them into big trouble. But before I can tell you that story, I have to tell you this story. Chapter 2, Treehouse Comics, Inc. After a hard day of cracking jokes, pulling pranks, and causing mayhem at school, George and Harold would like to rush to the old treehouse in George's backyard. Inside the treehouse were two big old fluffy chairs, a table, a cupboard crammed with junk food, and a pancake crate filled with pencils, pens, and stacks of paper. Now, Harold liked to draw, and George loved to make up stories. And together, the two boys spent hours and hours writing and drawing their own comic books. Over the years, they created hundreds of books of their own comic books, starting dozens of their own superheroes. First there was Dogman, then became Tammy the Talking Toilet. Then, forget, the Amazing Cow Lady. But the greatest superhero they've ever created had to be the amazing Captain Underpants. George came up with the idea. Most superheroes look like they're flying around in their underwear. He said, well, this guy actually is flying around in his underwear. The two boys laughed and laughed. Yeah, said Harold. He could fight with Wedgie Bauer. Harold and George and Harold spent entire afternoons writing and drawing their comic books of the adventures of Captain Underpants. He was their coolest superhero ever. Luckily for the boys, the security at Jerome Horace Elementary School was much too busy to keep an eye on the copy machine. So whenever they got a chance, George and Harold sneaked into the office and ran off several hundred copies of their latest Captain Underpants adventure. After school, they sold their homemade comics in the playground for 50 cents each. Chapter 3, The Adventures of Captain Underpants by George Beard and Harold Hutchins. It was a time of darkness and despair for planet Earth. Bad guys had taken over the streets, and all the superheroes in the world were too old to fight evil. Hey! Ha ha! Along came a new, improved, extra strength superhero. Tra-la-la! Hey, look at the bird! Look at the sky! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's an salad sandwich! No way! I'm Captain Underpants. Captain Underpants was faster than a speeding waistband, more powerful than department stores, and able to leap tall buildings without getting a wedgie. Tra-la-la! Day and night, Captain Underpants watched over the city, fighting for truth, justice, and all that is pre-shrunken kindly. Meanwhile, in a nearby elementary school, it was Sticky Tackle's surprise day at the cafeteria. Yuck! Everybody hated it so much they all threw it away. However, the cafeteria food came to life. I am the Incredible Hulk. The monster ran around the school, eating everything anything in sight. Munch, munch. Help! The Incredible Hulk the Edible Hulk just ate up 15 folding chairs at the gym teacher.
Oh no, not folding chairs. This is like a job for tra-la-la.
Captain Underpants! Captain Underpants shot lots of underwear at the monster, but that didn't do any good. Zip! Munch, munch. So Captain Underpants took off running. The Edible Hook chased him. Grrr, help! And chased him, and chased him. Finally, the Edible Hook was too tired and thirsty to chase Captain Underpants.
How about a nice drink of water?
So the monster took a long drink from his shiny rock bowl. Gulp, gulp, when suddenly, flash! Hooray for Captain Underpants! And so the Edible Hook got flushed away and was never heard from again. Tra-la-la! The end. And don't miss our next adventure, Captain Underpants and the Attack of the Talking Toilets. Coming soon to a treehouse playground near you. Chapter 4. Mean old Mr. Krupp. Do you see that old guy looking out of that window over there? That's Mr. Krupp, the principal. Now, Mr. Krupp was the meanest old principal in the whole history of Jerome Hollis Elementary School. He hated laughing and singing. He hated the sounds of children playing in recess. In fact, he hated children altogether. And yet, the children Mr. Krupp hated most of all. If you guessed George and Harold, you're right. Mr. Krupp hated George and Harold. He hated their pranks and their wand cracks. He hated those silly attitudes and the aggressively giggling, and he especially hated those awful Captain Underpants comic books. I'm gonna get those boys one day, said Mr. Krupp, vowed Mr. Krupp. One day. Very, very soon.